This is the Buddha belly bamboo coming down the walkway, and I've cut this terrace in, and I've cut it as far back as I can because the sea breeze bamboo was putting out a lot of very rooty matte material near the surface and was actually not getting much drainage into the soil. So ended up putting in sort of this whole terrace, trying to find a way that we can now hold water, and slightly sloped it so that it can actually gather down in this lower spot and again be able to get more water into the groundwater. And hopefully this will end up feeding into my pomelos that are growing on the other side. Now, to build that bank, I actually ended up harvesting from this bamboo, the tropical Hawaiian, painted Hawaiian. I ended up pulling a lot of that bamboo out and laid it in here and balanced it between some of the fruit trees and the pine tree over here, and just built up this huge base of biomass of bamboo culms. And I let it sit and added in leaves and any other vegetation that I could cut away, other limbs and stuff, and just built up bit by bit all of that and allowed it to decompose. And eventually I came in, and just last week Jacques cut the swell and threw the swirl on top, but we already have quite a bit of decomposition. And then on the very, very top of that, we ended up planting in Mombasa grass. And so again, the deeper roots of the Mombasa grass will hopefully penetrate into the decomposition of the bamboo. And then on this back side, so that's on the top side, so on this back side, ended up putting in other cuttings from the garden and added in again another layer of Mombasa grass, and then put in some hibiscus plants. They grow quite well in the shade, and they grow also quite tall, quite reasonably, and they'll get thicker along the way. So again, it's trying to put as much biodiversity into here, putting some things that I can chop and drop, like the Mombasa grass, that I can then use on top of the soil, and whatever plants that I'm going to be putting in there, which I'm thinking is possibly going to be either ginger, if there's enough sunlight for ginger. I've got to try and think about what it is that my options will grow in this rather shady area, because this bamboo is casting quite a bit of shade along the way. But then also lower down, I put another row of the South African crane plant, Astrolitzia, and then below that we have lemongrass. So again, what I'm trying to do is really grab as much of the terracing as I can possibly put to slow down the water movement, to try and get the water to go deeper and deeper into the soil and be able to feed. Like this example, this orange tree was a beautiful orange when I first planted it, and nice and sweet, but it was too dry, too shady. And so now if I can get more water down, I'll solve the dryness issue, and then I'll end up having to do a little bit of thinning out of the Chinese, this bamboo, the Buddha belly from China. And so this is casting a huge amount of shadow onto the pomelos and also onto the guava. So again, trimming, thinning out will get some more sun into here, and hopefully all of this will end up helping this garden. This again is another clear indicator of how I'm using the painted stripe Hawaiian bamboo to hold back some of the soil, so that I can create these terraces or these walkways and plant them in heavily, and in time they will decompose, but the roots of the plants will end up holding on to the edges if I plant it thickly and plant it really, really well.